Hello students, I am Hasputra from GK Jain School. Today we are going to see the 6th chapter of economics, 12th standard banking. So, the concept of banking or the word banking is we are very familiar with, right? Even though you are a 12th standard grade people, or for example you are a college first year student, where we have this banking as our syllabus, you can see that this banking plays a very essential role in any kind of business aspect. Each of us has a bank account where we kept money. For what purpose? So that the money will be safe in hand, right? So this is what the common approach we know about the banking. Let's understand what the banking is all about. Let's understand the introduction. Finance is the lifeblood of all economic activity such as trade, commerce, agriculture and industry. So if you take example of finance, finance means money. So when you talk about money, money is a blood. What blood? Lifeblood. A person is there, for a person, he needs a blood in his cells so that he will be alive. In the same way, finance or money is termed as a backbone. It's termed as a backbone. It's termed as the spinal cord. It's termed as a spinal cord. When you have a spinal cord in a person is not fit, he will be disabled. His spinal cord is not working properly. In the same way, if the business, if the finance is not proper, the business will become ill. The business will have a disease. This is what we call it. Finance is a lifeblood of all economic activity. What is the? Finance is the lifeblood of all economic activities such as, what are the economic activities? Trade, commerce, agriculture and industry. Any economic activity we take, whether it's a trade, whether selling and buying of any commodities, whether it's a commerce, any related commerce aspect, whether it's an agriculture field or whether it's an industry, everywhere this banking trade plays a vital role. Everywhere this finance plays a vital role. Without finance there will be no labor, there will be no land, there will be no capital, there will be no organization. If these four factors of production is not there, you cannot see the reality of business. That is what it says. Finance is a lifeblood. The finance is the most important essential in any economic activity. Whether you are doing a trade, whether you are doing a commerce work, whether you are agriculture field or whether you are an industry person. So we understand that finance is the major aspect for any economic activity. An institution which provides fundamental financial services. Now we are moving towards banking. What is banking means? An institution, a place, a organization, a company which gives you the fundamental financial services, which means from the starting to the end financial services if some company or some institution is giving to you, such as deposit and lending of loan. So what are the services they will give? Deposit of money. So you have extra money and it is not in safe in your hand, so you do and give the money to the banker or any institution, they will have in a safe hand. Or for the purpose of lending a loan, you are having some kind of debt and you want to pay the money. In such situation, they will come forward and save you. So for the lending. So any institution, any company, any place where you can have the financial assistance such as depositing of money or lending of money is known as bank. Easy to understand? Bank is the backbone of modern day business world. Understand this. Bank is the backbone. Backbone is an essential part in a human body. How without a backbone, a human cannot survive. In the same way, without a banking in a modern time, a business cannot survive. Because the business has a dealings with crores and above the million and trillions and billions, you cannot have all the money with you all the time. The risk factor is there. This bank will play a vital role in serving your money. This is the kind of aspect with the bank. So what is bank? Finance is a special aspect that requires in all economic activity, and the process of safeguard your finance, the process of depositing your finance, the purpose of lending a loan, such institution is known as bank. What is bank? Is a backbone of any modern day business in today's world. Let's see the history of the bank. The Riksbank of Sweden. So if you talk about the bank, the first bank in the world was founded in the year 1656. In the year 1656, the first bank was formed. The name is the Riksbanks of Sweden. In the Sweden, country of Sweden, the bank was Riksbank. It is the oldest bank in the world. Still it exists. It is the oldest bank in the world. A sole right of note issue in 1897, and this bank got the right to issue the notes, issue the currency in the year 1897, and solo. This was the only bank who had this right to issue the money. When he got the right? 1897. Fundamental of art of banking developed in 1864, Bank of England. So the art of banking, the process of banking situation, the processes or more extravagant features in the banking world got developed when? In the year of 1864. And what was the name of the bank? Bank of England. Bank of England is treated as the best banking sector in the field of evolution of a banking. When you take a history at the time of World War I, World War II, any kind of war, this Bank of England has played a vital role. Because it has given the atmosphere, a separate line, a separate issue and separate atmosphere and separate fundamental duties towards the banking system. How the banking system should be followed. What kinds of rules and regulation has to be adopted. What kind of fixed rate, interest rate, all this rate has to be issued. How can we give the loan? How can we attract the consumers, customers? All these fundamental rights of banking. See here, art of banking. How the bank has to be done, how the banking process has to be done. All this has been taught in the year 1864. By which bank? Bank of England. Next, what happened? Large number of central bank was established between 1924 to 1954. So there was a large number of central banks. Central bank are those banks which controls the entire banking utilities, banking aspect, banking, all the circulations or banking rules and regulation. Those banks are termed as central bank. They will be the father and mother of all the banks. Those banks is known as central bank. So large number of central banks was established in the year in between 1924 to 1954. Some of the examples of central bank were South African Reserve Bank, that was founded in the year 1921. This is the first central bank, you can say. South African Reserve Bank. Then Reserve Bank of New Zealand in the year 1934. Then we have Central Bank of China 1928. And we have RBI, Reserve Bank of India. So if you say Reserve Bank India is the fourth oldest central bank in the world. If you take this central bank history, our bank, this Reserve Bank of India, our country's own bank, is in fourth number, founded in the year 1935. So what we see in the history means the first bank was established in Riksbanks, which was established in the year 1656 in the country of Sweden. After that, the banking field has got exploded, and many central bank was found. The first central bank was Central South Africa Reserve Bank, that was founded in the year 1921. This was the all written aspect about the banking sector, right? Let's understand and go back to history of Indian Bank. So we know that the history of the World Bank, how the World Bank or the bank has came into play. Now let's understand what is the history of Indian Bank. Indian banking industry is there, how it developed. The first Bank of India was Bank of Hindustan. So if you talk about the Bank of India, the Indian banking system, the first bank was the Bank of Hindustan, that was founded in the year 1770, founded under the British rule. So in the British rule, there was the bank was formed. The name of the bank is Bank of Hindustan, where all the banking policies, all the banking rules and regulations, all the banking philosophies was taking there in the year 1770. The name of the bank is Bank of Hindustan. Next, the banking system in India was controlled by the Presidency Bank. So if you say in today's world, if all the banking system in the country, all the banks are owned and controlled by Reserve Bank of India. The rules, guidelines, all the policies, frames are made by the Reserve Bank of India. At that time, at the era of 1770 and after that time, this banking system, how the banking system will go on, how the banking system will follow in India, how which kinds of policy will be followed, all this was decided by Presidency Bank. Presidency banks are, at the time, is the central bank. Now we have central bank. The same time, that time we had presidency bank, which means they are the father and mother of all bank. They will decide the all rules, regulations, policy frames of all the banking, how the bank has to run, which time or what time it will work, what kind of interest rate will be given, what kind of deposit rate will be given, how many weekly, how many days it will work. So all the policies will be decided by the presidency bank. So how many presidency bank were there? We had total 3 presidency bank. Number 1 was Bank of Bengal. This was founded in the year 1809. So first one is Bank of Bengal, situated at Kolkata. At the time, West Bengal. Now we have West Bengal. So it's Kolkata. In the Kolkata, we had Bank of Bengal in 1809. So all the affairs of that part of India, Bihar, West Bengal, Assam, Meghalaya. So all those parts were fully controlled by the Banks of Bengal. Next, we have Bank of Bombay. And then we had Bank of Bombay, which was founded in the year 1840. After 40 years, almost after 30 years, the next bank was founded. The next presidency bank was founded. Till then, the Bank of Bengal was the solo owner. He was deciding what will happen in entire banking industries. Now the Bank of Bombay came and the business was rapidly increased. After 3 years, Bank of Madras was also found, because in North India everything was there, but South India controlling of banking system was not at all good. So they started the Bank of Madras to control the South Indian banking system. So we had total 3 presidency bank: Bank of Bengal, Bank of Bombay, Bank of Madras, in the year 1809, 1840, 1843. These 3 banks, all these presidency bank, Bank of Bengal, Bank of Bombay, Bank of Madras, was merged in the year 1991. It was merged. It got collaborated. It got mixed up. It got a new face. For example, you had an old building, so you are just destroying that building and you are constructing a new building. For example, you had 2 or 3 buildings together. 1 building, 2 building, 3 building. So you are destroying all the 3 buildings, and in the place you are constructing one big building. That is what we call merge. We are combining all the place and we are manufacturing one building. In the same way, they have just destroyed all these 3 banks and together they started one bank, which year they have just merged in the year 1921. They just joined all the bank together, all the 3, West of Bengal Bank, Bombay Bank and Madras Bank together, and it was named as Imperial Bank of India. What is the name? Imperial Bank of India. So this was the bank which was seeing the entire country's banking regulations, entire country's bank rules and regulations. So before that, West of Bengal, Bank of Bengal was seeing all the North Indian affairs. Bombay was saying the nearby Bombay affair. Madras was seeing the South Indian affairs. So they had different kind of bank, different type of ideology was there. But now there is only one bank who decides everything, what has to be done, how to be done, all this thing. And the name was Imperial Bank of India. When it was what? 1921. Later, after the independence in 1946, it was changed into SBI, State Bank of India, in the year 1951. So we say that we had first Banks of Hindustan in the year 1770, that was controlled by the many presidency bank. Which are the presidency bank? Bank of Bengal, Bank of Bombay, Bank of Madras. It was merged in 1921 as a Imperial Bank of India, and later on after independence it was renamed. It was changed into a State Bank of India in the year 1955. So this is the small introduction about the banking concept. In future classes, we'll see what is the bank, how the commercial bank is all about, what is central bank, all the features, rules, regulation, we'll see in the future class. Dear subscribers, dear viewers, dear students, subscribe our official YouTube channel GK Jain Schools and press the bell icon for the latest video in many subjects from the expert teachers we have. Thank you all.